going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the other day, Mark Rubin came out again over on Twitter, giving us a little details on what's coming in the future of XDefiant. Now, I'm going to tell you guys right now, it's not anything insane. It's not going to be like, oh, the netcode is about to be permanently fixed in the next week. You know, it's nothing like that. And again, I don't necessarily know when a lot of this stuff is going to be coming into the game. But nonetheless, for a lot of the hardcore audience of XDefiant, anybody who enjoys the game and anybody who's still grinding out the game, I think you guys are going to really enjoy the details that I have for you guys in today's video. First and foremost, as you can see right here from Dubs Wildland, which has an outstanding profile picture, will we see any mid-season events like free camo challenges or skin challenges? And Mark Rubin went ahead and responded saying, we are doing some major reworks to add more cosmetic grinds, and we have some really cool events coming in the future. This right here, to me personally, is a big thing that I think should be resolved sometime down the road, because there's not much of a grind with the camos to even begin with. And I think that we need a little something extra, a little extra oomph when it comes to camo grinding, and not just for the mastery stuff. There are tons of camos in this game that are very basic, very bare bone. I mean, we have tons of camos that are just base colors like blue, green, purple, and all this stuff. I highly think that these should be incorporated into some type of grindable system, so we have extra content to actually work towards instead of just, you know, loading up the game and instantly getting into the mastery grind. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there should be some other things sprinkled here and there. You go from like, what, 100 to 200 to 300. What about in the middle? What about like 150 or 350 or something like that? Having a different style of skins. Maybe not as cool as the mastery camos, obviously, because they're the mastery camos. You want those to look the coolest. But still a little something just to add a spice to the grind factor and feel like it's a bit more, I don't want to say, you know, I am going to say it, filler content in between of the mastery grind. For me personally, it's not really needed. When it comes to my, you know, mindset when it comes to these games, I just personally enjoy playing them. That's how I've always been. Even in Call of Duty, I don't grind camos in COD. And without a prestige system, you already know what my main, you know, play factor is when it comes to playing a Call of Duty game, and that is just simply the gameplay itself. In Modern Warfare 3, I was lucky because I enjoyed Modern Warfare 3 a decent amount, so I was able to grind that one out. But that's just how I am. With every game I've ever played, content isn't, you know, that crazy. But I still have to respect a lot of other people out there. There are tons of people in the gaming community who enjoy content within their games, and they enjoy a grind factor. So, obviously, we need a bit more for those players. Definitely. Because there's nothing else for them to grind for, if I'm gonna be real here. So, having a few more cosmetics in the mix will be nice. And also, I'm curious what you guys think about adding more mastery camos into XDefiant in the future. Do you guys think that they should cap it off and not add any more masteries? Or do you think they should keep adding them more and more and more as the seasons go on? You know, the next mastery at 500, and then the next mastery at 600. Or do you think that they should just cap it off? Maybe add a couple more, like go up to 600 for a couple more camos, and then call it quits. I still feel like there should be like an all-time mastery camo. You know what I'm saying? Like maxing out every single gun to get the all-time best camo you could possibly think of. I think that would be great. But I still enjoy having individual mastery grinds for every single weapon. Especially, as I said before, as a guy that doesn't really care for grinds, and I mostly just play the game to play the game, I enjoy just hopping on, picking up the guns that I enjoy, and being able to grind them out to get the max cool camo without having to worry about using stuff that I absolutely despise. But again, I want to know what you guys think about adding more mastery camos into the overall mix here. And again, yes, we're going to be getting some events in XDefiant as well. I'm really excited to see what they have in store here. And I really hope that they have all different events for all the holiday seasons, Christmas, Halloween, Easter. I want to see everything being able to turn, you know, especially for Easter too. I want to see some rabbits up in the mix, you know, man. I want to see some rabbits out here. And maybe for Halloween, I know my expectations here are a bit high. I really want to see the rabbits PvE mode, man. I'm a bit worried that we're not going to see that until year 2. It is what it is if we don't see it until then, because I understand. I want them to focus on the core experience as well and get the netcode fixed up and the hit reg. You know, they should be probably prioritizing that over adding in a PvE game mode. But man, wouldn't that be so awesome to have a survival like Halloween event with the rabbits and like zombie rabbits or something like that? But regardless, minus what I want to see, it's still great to know that we are going to be indeed having future events within XDefiant that can add more content into the mix. Because I know people are saying that the game is dry, it's a bit stale, and these seasons are a little too long for a lot of players. And I can agree with that. I will agree. You know, I already finished my battle pass with like 50 plus days, 60 plus days. I don't even know, man. You know, it's not really much else for me to grind. But again, like I said, from my personal perspective, I don't mind. I just enjoy playing the game. But for others who like to grind things and like to actually play towards something, you know, I think having events in between the seasons would be huge. You know, little mid-season events, I guess you should call them. Because I don't think we're going to get mid-season events, right? I don't think there is a mid-season event for Season 1 here. And I'll be real with you guys, if they did have a mid-season event, I feel like that would bring a lot more interest back to XDefiant. I know they're going to be having, you know, a map a month, obviously. So I guess you could consider that a mid-season event. You know, every single month a new map dropping. But still, I think a actual legit event would be huge to get people back into the experience every so often, especially when you start going through more of these down periods. But let's move on to the next thing here, which in my personal opinion is going to be absolutely huge because it's one of the most annoying things to run into within XDefiant. As you can see right here from Brandon, are we getting anything as far as ammo replenishment, or is it in the works? And Mark Rubin said, right now, you could pick up ammo from the ground if the weapon on the ground is the same as the one you are carrying. But we'll be looking to expand on that idea in the future, but no definitive plans that I can share yet. So, obviously, not really anything set in stone, but I'm just very happy that they're at least thinking of this because this is one of the biggest problems. When you go on a really good tear, and you guys probably see in the gameplay too, and you just gotta cough up your gun and, you know, pick up whatever else you can find laying on the ground. Now, again, since we are lucky enough that the game doesn't have too many weapons just yet, you might luck out and find the weapon that you're using on the ground and you can get some ammo. But the chances of that happening are very slim, and your best bet is to probably just pick up some random gun off the ground to, you know, get a fresh set of ammunition. It's rough, man. It's rough because there isn't any other things. It's not like it's a scavenger perk or anything of that sort. So I am a bit curious how they're going to be going ahead and handling this and improving this for the overall experience so players who are going on nice streaks can still go ahead and use the gun that they're most comfortable with. I've heard potential rumors of being able to, you know, give teammates ammo. So if you walk up to your teammate, maybe pressing a button and they can share their ammo with you. That's an interesting concept. But again, the game is way too fast-paced for something of that sort, right? I don't think anybody's going to be slowing down and doing this. Maybe in a more tactical game like CSGO, Rainbow Six Siege, or even The Division, you know, that they're running this engine off of. That would have worked perfectly. And maybe it is in The Division because I don't really play that much of The Division. Let me know down in the comment section if they already have that. But when it comes to an arcade game like this, I feel like there should be two different methods that could be incorporated. Actually, 3 different methods that can be incorporated to give people more ammunition when they're going on nice long streaks. The first one is obviously adding in a faction sometime down the road that specializes with ammunition. I think that would actually be pretty helpful. Honestly, I wouldn't even be mad if they rebranded the medic side of things, the Libertads, with their spray can and, you know, change that around to an ammo box. So you can either have a med box that you put down or an ammo box that you put down. And I think that would still fit the role perfectly of, you know, what the support character is supposed to do with the support class. But I'm sure they're probably not going to do that. And I know people do love the spray can, so I know that's a bit of a far out suggestion there. But I still think it's a good one to, you know, still lay out. And I would love to know what you guys think. Do you think Libertads should remove the spray can and have an ammo box instead, along with the med box? Or do you think they should stick with the spray can? The second one is to go ahead and have ammo stations set at both sides of the spawn, so the enemy spawn and the friendly spawn. And if you're going on a long enough of a tear and you need ammunition, you can fall back. You can fall back and get that ammo. And this is the trade-off here, because yes, you can go ahead and get more ammunition so you can keep your streak up. But when you fall back to your spawn, you are giving up your power position. You are giving up map control to get more ammunition. So that is the trade-off right there, because the enemy could potentially take that spot. And then while you're getting ammunition, now you are, you know, on the defensive play here, because now the enemies have the perfect advantage to take you down. And the last thing, and personally my favorite, is getting extra ammunition for playing objectives. So let's say the B flag is either in enemy territory or it's neutral, and you capture the B flag. Maybe it'll give you an extra mag or two. Not saying it needs to give you like a complete replenishment of ammo and stack you all the way back up to have unlimited ammo, but maybe a mag or two for, you know, going ahead and sacrificing your life up to capture that objective. I know they've been talking about going ahead and, you know, granting additional weapon XP for capturing objectives, or maybe even killing people off of objectives. But why not also give some extra ammunition as well? Again, in a game where there's literally no other alternative besides finding the same exact gun on the ground, I think that would be a great incentive for players to move a bit more and actually play the game how it's supposed to be played, while continuing on their streaks. But again, I don't know. If you guys have any other ideas about how you can replenish ammo or any other, concepts, by all means, go down in the comment section and leave your opinions down below. But ladies and gentlemen, that is indeed all I have for you guys. If you enjoyed today's video, leave a like. If you hate it, leave a dislike. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. We post daily here about XDefiant. And of course, when Black Ops 6 drops, we will be discussing that game as well. But like I said, subscribe and hit that bell. And if you guys are interested in any of my live streams, I will be live today over on Twitch between 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern Time. By all means, if you guys want to go ahead and tune in, I got a link to that channel down in the description of this video. But as always, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.